Yankee right there with the song Boom 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 going out to Rowena who requested for a party song. That was that enough for party for you?
Yeah. You know what? Normally,
Uh-huh.
to save ourselves, we go off air. But this one, T went on air to save
To save me.
myself,
To
herself.
save me outside. This
Yeah.
is like my escape right now. And welcome back to our guest, our special guest
Yes.
for tonight. Again, you're joined in by awesome people right here. We've got Carly, we've got Margot, and of course our very special guest, Mr. OJ right
Oscar
here.
Lopez Jr.
Yes, of Ravistaff, and of course virtual. Was
VR
that virtual reality.ph?
VR spaces.
VR space.
That page.
I'm gonna
Right.
write that down.
And so, maybe you can give us a gist of what it is, because I'm
Okay.
sure Southsider like, what's that? What's his business? So
Okay.
maybe in a gist of it, maybe you can share it to everyone that's listening right now.
Right. So for Reva stuff, we do property media for real estate sales. So we do visual marketing content, which includes photography, videography. But more than that, we do like 3D renders
Mhm.
Yeah.
and virtual reality environments. So you could actually, with a VR headset, you would be able to go inside a place like you're
Before
really
it's even
there.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Like really
Do you
there.
think T, because he talked about real estate,
Yeah.
and you were a part of design.
Yeah, interior
right?
design.
Do you think this is really helpful, especially if you
is.
have something in mind that you want to kind of like
It
make people
is.
feel? Yeah.
Like when you think about it, when you're presented a design, you can't really put yourself, you can't really imagine because
Yes.
you'd be given a floor plan like, what am I gonna
Right.
do with
right.
this?
Yeah.
You don't know how it's like when it's in contrast with reality.
Mhm.
Now.
Yes.
So when you have this what do you call this technology right
Mhm.
here, when you're put in a space, it can let you imagine like this is gonna be your life, day to day life.
That's
in a
right.
certain
Yes,
space.
and it can actually be very helpful and handy in terms of risks,
Mhm.
because it's very mahal sad if, for
Mhm.
example, it's already constructed and
Yeah.
then you find out, oh my gosh, it's
Ay,
faulty.
sa'yo, oh my
Yes.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Because 100% of the time there will be construction mistakes.
Mm-mm.
Like 100% of the time.
Oh,
And
wow.
they would have contingency budget of up to, it's an industry standard, the 10%
10%.
Right.
would be a contingency.
Allotted for
allotted
that.
that. So if
Okay.
it's a 10 million house,
Wow.
you're gonna
100,000. Oh, 1
1
million.
million
1
pesos
million.
just to
Wow.
expect that, there would be,
Right.
That's
No.
quite big money.
That's huge. No?
Yeah, yeah.
Think about
10% is really big.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Right.
in real estate, people earn a lot, especially if they sell something, because
Commission.
they
Yeah,
get
commission
up
is
to
10%.
5% of
Mhm.
the commission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our thesis is that when we integrate immersive technologies like virtual reality, we would be able to prevent construction mistakes. At
Yeah.
the same time, the client would be able to see the space in 1:1 scale.
Mhm.
Therefore, they will be able to make design adjustments before it's even constructed.
Yeah.
So therefore, for example, you would say gamaya day sa akong kwarto, so
Mhm.
tibag ang pader, and then that's like construction cost, change
Yeah.
order.
Right.
And then materials will be lost,
Mhm,
and then
true.
it's just sayang. But if you would be able to, in the virtual world, okay, my room is small,
Mhm.
then we can
What can we
erase
do
it.
Already
Yeah.
do something
Yeah,
about it.
do
Right.
something about it, and then.
Wait, you mentioned thesis mo to? On your thesis
No,
you
no.
have that?
What I mean,
Okay, I
that's
thought in
like,
school.
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
In
like,
theory,
yeah,
yes.
in theory.
Yeah.
Question, Mr. OJ, where did you get this what do you call this idea?
Basically, with our clients, like majority of our clients are in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
and then they're very adept with new technologies, and then
Right.
they
yes.
asked us if can you do VR, and I was just
Right.
yeah, sure. What's VR?
What's VR?
And then
You
yeah,
know what?
right.
You have your market right here. She's
Mhm.
from the States.
Sell me your stuff, sir.
Because
Sell me yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very interesting because virtual reality, I think, is the way forward.
Right.
Because even Alexa, my kid,
Mhm.
wants to have a VR game that's Roblox. So she's actually the one.
And it's a
actually-
building
yeah.
game.
Let's say for example
Mhm.
Mario Brothers, no. Siya si
Mhm.
Mario, parang ganyan. And so
She wants to immerse herself in that
yes,
environment.
in the environment, and I think that's very amazing that you have that, and I think you're the only one that I know of here in Cebu. Is that
True.
right?
We probably have a couple of companies already, but
This is the first time
again,
I've heard
the
that.
Yes.
Mhm.
again
I've
they're
never
they're
heard of anyone having a VR company.
Now you know.
No, no.
Huh?
T, I love you. She's so tough on me.
Right.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
No, thank you, Jay.
Very straightforward. You know.
No, she's really like that. She's very, no, pero she means well all the time. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Parang
Oh,
kanina
that's
naman sabi niya,
right.
you're employed, right?
Listen, diba? Okay, so after so you had this what do you call this, a virtual reality option. When was this? 2 years son.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years ago when I started Reva Staff, we just
Okay.
do floor plans and photo editing for real
The
estate.
basic.
Just the
right.
basic, and then it evolved over time with client demand because
Okay.
they wanted to like have more content
Yeah.
that is up to date.
Yeah. So when, bring us back to when the client requested for a VR.
Mhm.
How did you try to source that?
Well, I tried researching myself. I actually went to again the gaming. The gaming community
Yeah.
is where I actually I haven't like played games for the longest time, right?
Okay.
Like video games, and then when the client started asking for that,
Yeah.
and then I went to this cosplay shows and this game jams, and then that's where actually I met
Nice.
these kids who's doing game development. So
Yeah.
instead of getting interns from the architecture background and
You
graphics,
got
but
people-
I got
Gamers.
gamers.
game developers.
Nice.
join my
That's
team.
amazing. So there's
Yeah.
future in
Great
games
idea.
today.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, nag-Dota na sa
Yeah, that's true. See,
Right, right.
there you go.
Yeah.
Very good. See, there you go.
Maybe a different kind of gamer. Maybe a different kind of gamer, Margot.
I wouldn't.
No, I think Margot doesn't like the game. She likes the gamer.
I like to play the game.
Okay.
But you don't want to be played.
Which
well,
game?
in what way?
But that's true. You know what? Virtual reality really, for me, at first, when someone tried it in front of me, it's so weird. Because obviously, the person who has the, what do you call it, the goggles or
The headset.
the headset,
Yeah.
he's in it, right? So he's kind of like doing
I've
everything.
never
like,
tried it, you know,
yeah, like
right?
Yeah.
firing guns wherever.
Mhm.
And then us, who's not in the game, is like, where's your boo? Oh,
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know, the
I'm gonna
first
try
time
that.
they tried that, it was VR for porn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Hi,
gosh.
T. How you doing?
VR for porn?
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
leave
what
the
they did
room
in
but T.
Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
As if like you're really there, like in front of
Yeah.
like
Can you
okay.
even feel something if it's like that?
Well,
And
there's already
Personally
like
feel something.
Yeah, there's a simulation in
Right.
your
Oh my
brain.
God.
Amazing.
In one spa, I don't know if it was
What'd
in
you say?
Japan.
Spa.
In one spa.
Oh my god,
in Japan.
I thought I heard her say wet spa.
One spa in Japan, and they actually use VR porn, and then they let
Oh,
their
wow.
masseuse to do the touchy
Mhm.
thing.
Oh, wow. So parang,
But
totoo.
in reality,
Yeah.
it was just guys touching you.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Right?
like sumo
Guys,
wrestlers.
It's real, actually. Like when you imagine it's like girls in the
Yeah.
VR, but in reality,
Yeah.
they're just
What's
guys.
this
Did you try
movie?
it?
What's this movie?
I haven't been in Japan.
What's this movie with Bruce Willis?
Which one? There's a lot.
Parang ganyan. Para siyang,
VR.
so the actual person stays in the house,
Mhm.
and then they're, parang, I don't know, they control this body of them. Parang,
Android. Okay.
Surrogates.
Surrogate,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that. And
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
think it's so amazing how you can be in another place,
Right,
another
right.
planet, another country, just by
Yeah.
sitting at home.
Think
doing
about the
porn.
Matrix. Think about the Matrix, right? So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can
yeah,
have
virtual.
like our different virtual world. Yeah, alternative universe that you
Yeah.
can be whoever do you want to be. You can
Yeah.
fly.
Do you think that's
Yeah.
possible, Mr. Virtual World?
Yeah, I think like the technology right now is exponentially growing, so we
That's
really
right.
never know now
If you
what's the
think-
possibility.
Do you
If
think
you-
we're in the Matrix?
Yeah, and that your real body is somewhere else.
Somewhere else? Yeah. Could be in
No.
Mars.
Black mirror talk
Right,
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 now.
right.
Oh
But
my
sir,
goodness.
I have a question, OJ.
Sure.
For how can you give us like the wildest idea that you have that uses VR?
Okay, well, again, the
You can, you don't have to
Why you
screen
laughing,
it.
T?
You don't have to
Black
screen
Mirror,
it.
yeah, like the Black Mirror
Mhm.
kind of thing about that is when people don't go out anymore because
Yeah.
again, Facebook bought Oculus, which is the VR company, and they bought it for like two
That's like the
billion
biggest
because
one.
they think that the next social media platform would be in VR.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So
You're gonna
cool.
meet
So
friends.
meet
Oh my
friends
God.
virtually, and then you don't
Imagine-
go out of your house. Just
Put on the goggles.
put on the goggles and
Yeah.
do your work there.
Oh
It's
my
actually
gosh.
cheaper because
It's
you don't
scary.
need like a physical laptop or a physical
Yeah.
computer
That
to
is so
work
cool.
on, right?
It would be
It's just
cool.
gonna-
I wanna try
I
that.
think it's gonna be safer too because you don't even have to go anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Right.
That book.
yes,
It's
that's
like Ready
right.
Player One. Put on.
But that
and you
beats
meet
the
people
purpose
there.
of being human and
Yeah.
having
That's true
yeah.
too, and that's why I'm saying it's scary because
Yeah.
right now nga lang, di ba, people are so into cell phones
Mhm.
Right.
that they leave the world behind.
I'm
when
sorry,
they're
what was
in
that?
front of it. I'm actually, making you hear that.
But there are benefits to technology, just
Yeah.
like what you're doing in revastaff.com and of course to virtual,
VR
what was
space.
that? VRspace.ph.
Uh-huh.
And that's a really innovative way
Yeah,
of
yeah.
letting people
And
see.
as I've discussed earlier off air, we can simulate environments, earthquakes, traffic,
He said
flooding.
stimulate.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
simulate.
Oh,
That's
I'm sorry.
stimulate.
I said stimulate.
Because she's not thinking about you.
Yeah.
What?
You're
Oh my
stimulated.
goodness. But
Maybe
anyway.
because you talk about VR porn as well.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, Jay.
It's so funny that normally T is so chill. Like in this show, we are both chill. And she takes care of the technical stuff. I take care of the talking. But now she had her hair up.
I know. Just getting
Stressful lagi
it.
dito today.
It's game time. People. Anyways, outside, we're gonna get back to more of that and more of the fun right here on Around Town. But for now, we've talked too much. We have a song coming up next with a Vamps. So here's Just My Type playing here on Cebu's hottest Monster Radio.
BT
105.9.